how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Cobra Kai Studios. I am your host, Daniel Sun, and this is another fan questions debate video. So, we finally get back to these. It's been almost a week. Feels so weird not have been able to upload while I was gone, but now we can get back on track. So, we're going to start right off with Aaron. Does Terry Silver still own the old Cobra Kai Dojo building? I guess it depends on how he is as far as like a property owner. I mean, I guess he could still own it and maybe rent it out. Obviously, I don't think it's still Cobra Kai if for any reason he does own the old building, but he might still own the building. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him if he's one of those that likes to, what would you call it, like invest in property and real estate and stuff like that, and that's the way that he makes money, then yeah, I imagine he possibly could still own the old building, which I don't know if we'll ever see that be, like, answered for any reason, you know, because it's just, I don't know, I don't think it's something that they'll really focus on moving forward in the show. Maybe, I guess it just kind of depends. What do y'all think? You think he still owns the building? A lot of people still think he owns Cobra Kai in general, you know, around the valley and stuff, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that one, you know, if he did, why is it not mentioned in any, you know, kind of even the slightest hint in the show? And if that's the case, why have none of them tried to enter the All Valley tournament except for when Johnny, you know, started Cobra Kai again? You know what I mean? It just kind of makes me wonder, is it possible? Yeah, I guess, but I don't think he does. At least not, I don't know. That's a tough one to think about, really. On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Daniel told his family about Mike Barnes and Terry Silver? I imagine at least Amanda knows. Now, I don't know quite if he would have told Sam about the Mike and Terry, but I could imagine that at least Amanda knows the story. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine she's, you know, her being his wife and everything, as long as they've been together, that had to have came up in some kind of a conversation at some point in time. So I'd say at least Amanda knows. I don't think Sam does, though. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's something he would bring up to Sam. But then again, I don't know. He might have told, you know, Sam his whole, like, backstory, and if that's the case, then yeah, he might have told Sam too. But I don't know. I don't know where I'd stand on that one fully. On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Terry Silver is in the background and knows what's going on with Cobra Kai Dojo? I 100% do. I feel like he's been watching since Johnny started Cobra Kai again, or at least since Kreese found out about it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's the case. And like let's say that Mike that Johnny was talking to is Mike Barnes, then that's even more of a reason that Terry Silver would probably know, I feel like. Now, I want to know what you all think. Do you feel like Terry Silver has been in the background this whole time, kind of keeping tabs on Kreese, Johnny, maybe Daniel as well? I just feel like it's a big possibility, you know what I mean? I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's a big possibility that that's something we could possibly expect to maybe even find the answers to in the upcoming season. Will we, though? I don't know. On to the next one from Jeff Bayless. Robbie is looking at Johnny. If you look at the facial expression, he has given that same look to Johnny multiple times. Or is it his mother with disgust as she has relapsed, hence she is one of the three that dies? Oh, man. Yeah, it is possible that he is looking at Johnny, and I guess it could be possible he's looking at his mom, too, because, yeah, he does kind of give both of them that kind of look, you know, of like disappointment and anger and kind of a little bit of everything all built into one emotion there in that one look. And I guess it's possible. I almost got lost at what your question was, but I forgot in this video we're talking about what was Robbie possibly looking at. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't rule it out that it is possibly Johnny or maybe his mom. On to the next one from Christopher. Laugh aloud. Oh my God, he's probably looking out the window. Fans seriously debating about that? Y'all put your money into a Netflix mutual fund. Come January, those subs are going to hit the roof when the show drops on the 8th. Yeah, trust me, Christopher, there are so many things that fans debate about this show. It's unreal. You go and look into forums and start looking up debates about the show, and it's crazy. There are some insane topics and ideas and theories that people come up with about the show. It's crazy. Some of them don't make no sense. Some of them could possibly play out. Some things people just want the answers to everything, so that they just debating everything. And yeah, I wouldn't doubt that it's possible Netflix's shares could go up a little bit. I mean, I've kind of dabbled with stocks and stuff myself, so I kind of understand about it. Not too much, though, but, you know what I mean? I kind of understand it a little bit. And I guess it could be possible that the stock prices could actually, raise up a little bit. So I'm not no professional, so don't take none of my advice for it. Just interesting, I guess. Maybe you guys know a little more about stocks and stuff and investing than I do, because I have not enough knowledge to be sharing it. On to the next one from Quiet Lightning. Do you think Johnny's father is still alive? If so, do you see him coming into Johnny's life at some point in the story? It would be interesting but too silly if John Kreese turned out to be Johnny's father, a horrible abuse of a ghost in the machine, Deus Ex Machina storytelling tool. So I dismissed that idea almost entirely, but what are your thoughts? Should he remain a complete unknown? Thanks in advance. I imagine his dad still... I don't know where I feel about this one, Quiet, honestly. I think it's possible his dad is dead. I don't know, I have that feeling, and I feel like that's something we might get the answer to later on in the show. Yeah, it would be really far-fetched for him to be Kreese's son, I feel like. I mean, yeah, he's the right age, but at the same time, it's like, how could they possibly make that, how could they make that play out? You know what I mean? Like, I guess you can't rule it out for sure, but in my opinion, I just kind of feel like he possibly is dead. Now, maybe you all have a different idea on this and would like to kind of share your input on how you feel about Johnny's real dad. Not Sid, not his stepdad, but his actual real dad. What do you think? What do you think's the deal with his real dad? Let me know what you think and how you feel about it, because I'm kind of curious what all you would have to say about this, because this one's kind of one that I just don't feel like I have enough knowledge to touch base on it too much. Now, obviously, we can share our ideas and theories on it, which my theory is that I think he might have passed away already. And maybe Johnny knows, maybe Johnny don't know, maybe he don't care. Maybe he really just didn't have a good relationship with his dad to the point that he's like, I really don't care. It don't even matter. But, I don't know. What do you think, though? On to the next one from Quiet. Do you think Miguel's asthma is psychosomatic or something real that could reoccur at some point, perhaps a critical point, and actually serve as a plot point? Like, imagine Miguel finally gets his hands on Robbie and it absolutely dominates the fight, and wham, he has a life-threatening asthma attack. Could you see this as a possibility, a chance for Robbie to show mercy and get the medicine or medical attention Miguel needs? Hope things are alright with you. Thanks in advance, Danielson. Things are going great, Quiet. It was a busy week for me, but, kind of getting back on track, getting back into the spirit of working and doing my videos, having fun with you all. But I don't think it'll play a big role in the show, but I'm sure he does have asthma. Maybe not, like, really bad asthma, because the way it's portrayed in the show, it's like, it only portrays him having, like, really bad asthma for, like, the first few episodes, and then it just kind of seems like he don't at all. Which, me, myself, I suffer from asthma, and it's pretty bad, but not that bad. And I'm able to do martial arts and get pretty intense with it, so I don't have it that bad, obviously. But, I mean, I guess it depends. I wouldn't say that couldn't be some kind of crazy plot twist that they could throw at us. But if that was to be the case, and he was fighting Robbie, I don't know if Robbie would. Maybe he would. Maybe he'd show mercy because of feeling bad for, what he did. Maybe it's possible. I wouldn't rule it out 100%. On to the next comment from PG. Easy call. His old gang, surely. I think Robbie is leaving jail in the teaser, and after the black guy will join Cobra Kai because he could fight. Now you're gonna pay. Yeah, I just kind of feel like that's who he was looking at. I don't know why, but that's just who I kind of felt like that's who he was looking at, was his old buddies from the season 1 and such. But there's so many other possibilities that I really can't say for sure, and it is possible that it's somebody else entirely, which it could be Johnny, it could be his mom, it could be Daniel, Sam, Tori, it could be anybody, really, I guess. You can't really rule any specific character out as being the possibility there. So, I don't know. I guess it's just possible for any of them to be the one he was looking at. On to the next comment from Aaron. What if Terry Silver or Mike Barnes was at the Valley Festival? I feel like Silver was. I don't know why, but I've just felt like he's been behind the scenes this whole time, and I feel like it's very possible that he was there watching, and that's kind of maybe even how Kreese found out about the win, you know what I mean? Like, who's to say he wasn't up there in the stands watching with enough distance that Daniel wouldn't see him, And if Johnny really don't know what Silver looks like, then Johnny would have no idea if he walked right past him, you know what I mean? On to the next one from Lisa. What are Stingrays after fighting kids gets the job because he beats up Principal Lopez into giving him the job? Hey, that's a Stingray move right there. That's the way to get the job, right? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about if Stingray's going to have the job working at the school or not. I mean, obviously he didn't get in trouble, so maybe they just kind of seen it as him doing his job, basically. And I guess it's possible, you know. I don't know. And if that's the case, then maybe that's why he didn't get in trouble, is because to them, he was just doing his job trying to stop the fight, even though he was technically in the fight. But, you know, I guess it just depends on how they see it. On to the next one from Quiet Lightning. Do you think Chosen would ever make the mistake of not taking an opponent seriously? I think he would always give it his all, despite his arrogance, but I'm curious about your take. With Chosen, I don't think he would do that either. I don't think he would make the mistake of taking an opponent to not taking an opponent seriously, no matter who it is. I feel like that would be something... And it's something that is, you know, taught in a lot of martial arts, is to not take your opponents lightly, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta always expect the unexpected, and I feel like Chosen would be on top of his game for that. Now, I guess his arrogance could get in the way of that, and maybe possibly cause him to, but I don't think that would be something we'd actually see, honestly. I feel like he would be on top of his game on that, and I don't think he would let the head games get to him too much, you know what I mean? I just feel like he'd be on top of that. And that's why I think if him and Daniel do get into like an actual fight, it's going to be an interesting fight to see. Now, that teaser clip's most likely just them training, but I mean, we never know, you know? On to the next one from Aaron. Do you think that Amanda will meet Allie Mills and Terry Silver or Mike Barnes? You know, if Allie's to return, I have a feeling Amanda would possibly meet Allie. Now, I don't think she would Terry Silver or Mike Barnes, but that's just my opinion. Now, maybe you all have some theories about how she could meet any of the three, you know? And I'd love to hear them. Me, personally, I just feel like, of the three, I feel like Allie would be the one that Amanda would meet, given if Allie actually returns, you know what I mean? Like, if she actually returns and meets Daniel or Johnny or whatever be the case, maybe even she gets back with Johnny in the future, who knows? And maybe it's possible. I wouldn't rule it out. On to the next one from Jeff. They continue to talk about Daniel being the two-time champion at the All Valley tournament. Have they totally forgotten that Johnny was a two-time champion as well? Would it be awesome to see them have one more fight to a karate tournament for all the marbles? No mercy, Johnny, don't turn into a pussy. Yes, I know, Jeff. I've always wondered that too, of why they underplay Johnny being a champion, a two-time champion before Daniel was. You know what I mean? I always wondered that myself. It's like, you know, he was a two-time champion too. You can't underplay that. Just because Daniel came in and won doesn't make him any less of a champion. You know what I mean? Like, he was a champion as well. So, yeah, I kind of get that. And it would be kind of interesting. Obviously, they're both over age, so they can't be the All-Valley Karate Tournament champion. But maybe there could be some kind of new way of letting them, fight for the championship to see who's the better of the champions. You know what I mean? Because they're 2-2. Someone's got to be 3-2. Someone's got to be 3-2. Who would you take? I think Johnny could possibly beat Daniel if given the right circumstances. I think that Johnny would take the match this time. I don't know, though. I guess it could be it could go out either way, I guess. On to the next one from Nick. People I really want to see in Cobra Kai the most: Ali, Kamiko, Mike Barnes, Terry Silver, and Dutch. I agree. I would like to see all of them. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure Dutch won't return. But I have a feeling that Ali, Kamiko, Mike Barnes, Terry Silver, and Julie Pierce will all make appearances in one of the seasons moving forward. Maybe not season 3, because that'd be a lot to bring back in one season. But I feel like as the show goes, we will have seen some kind of flashback or some kind of introduction back to them to bring them back into the show. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's a possibility that they can't not do. Now, they don't have to, because there's always new people they can just add and bring new people in. So they don't have to reflect back on old people. It's not necessarily needed. But if they do, I'd be happy. If they don't, I'll still be happy and enjoying the show regardless. It's still an amazing show. So if they don't, then obviously that we have something else to expect moving forward. You know what I mean? Like something new that we just don't know who's going to be in the show, who's going to get brought back. But considering it's Cobra Kai and it has a lot to do with the Karate Kid movies, they're going to bring more people back. It's most likely, and it's going to happen some way. I just don't know exactly how they're going to bring all of them back, or how many of the older cast they will bring back, Obviously, there's a lot of speculation. Ali, for sure, for Season 3. just because of how season 2 ended, which I see that as a possibility for sure, because, you know, season 2 ended with the whole cliffhanger of her friend requested Johnny, so you can't rule it out that she's not gonna, you know, come back. So that's just my kind of take on that. On to the next one from Jeff Bayless. This channel has a way better interaction than the other channels. Thank you for being so engaging. Hey, thanks, Jeff. I try my best, you know. I kind of brought my own thing to this channel with this. The fan question just kind of came out of nowhere. In all honesty, you all could thank Aaron for that, because Aaron, you know, asked me to make videos about his questions, and here we are now today. So, you know, when I started the channel, I was never going to do videos per se like this, but I did make one kind of similar to this. It just wasn't going over the comments and, you know, and like interacting like this. So it's changed since my first video of doing it. And from there, we're just progressing and learning as we go. Now, the interaction part, I brought that basically from TikTok. And I'm not even going to lie, like, I have a bigger following on TikTok, and I've learned, like, that's what got me into making videos and learning how to make content was TikTok. So that's where I kind of have the basis of how to interact with the fans and, you know, kind of bring everybody into the channel as a community, because I do the same thing over there. Now, it's not Cobra Kai related. It's completely just like an art channel, but it's art requests, so everybody that comments, they get included, they get their own shout-out video kind of situation. So it's kind of like I've incorporated TikTok into my YouTube, basically, which I don't even really do the TikToks anymore. I have much more fun doing these videos and having a much more fun time with you all, you know what I mean? Like, we all share something that's amazing for a community, and I want to keep it growing, you know? Like, we have some amazing fans and YouTubers, and you know, the whole world's getting involved in Cobra Kai now, you know what I mean? Like, there's people across the world that are starting to watch the show and enjoying it. So, the community's getting bigger and bigger day by day. So, you know, I love being a part of the community. It's a hell of a lot of fun. And everybody here is always badass, and we have a great time. On to the next one from Aaron. What if Kyler beat up Miguel will Carmen let Johnny still train Miguel? I don't see Kyler doing that unless Kyler, like, attacks him, like, right after he gets out of the hospital. But if that was to happen, I don't know. Would Carmen let Johnny still train? There's going to be a huge conflict with the whole Johnny still training, you know, Miguel, and Carmen allowing it situation because of how it played out. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of conflict going on there, and I can't wait to see how it actually plays out in season 3. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's, you know, super excited about it. If you're not, then what'd you watch Cobra Kai for, right? On to the next one from Lisa. So excited until season 3. It will be awesome. It really will. I can't wait for season 3. Oh, man, it's getting closer, too. We're like, literally under 2 months away now, and it's like, oh, man, we're so close, it's not even funny. I can't wait until we actually get there. So many answers to questions that we've been asking will be answered about season 3. So it's going to be exciting. On to the next one from Aaron. How did Daniel's mom know he got beat up in Cobra Kai? Oh, by Cobra Kai in the Karate Kid Part 2. How did Daniel's mom know that? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe Mr. Miyagi. I mean, that's my theory there. Maybe there's something I missed. I haven't watched that movie in a couple months now, so maybe there's something I missed. Maybe you all have a better answer for that. Maybe you have an idea how Daniel's mom knew that he got beat up by Cobra Kai in the Karate Kid. I want to hear your input on that one. On to the next one from Christopher Burnett. So, new theory. Daniel is walking along drunk after leaving the car. He gets confronted by a couple police officers due to drinking and stumbling around, and decides to fight them, getting arrested and beat down in the process. Flash to Daniel arriving home to find Robbie there because he had nowhere else to go, and Johnny isn't answering his phone. Daniel convinces him that he has to go to turn himself in because the cops are looking for him. As the police are booking him, Johnny is leaning through the bars, and that is when Daniel and Robbie figure out he has been arrested, and Daniel bails him out. This is where the "what did you think would happen" line comes in, referring to him fighting cops in a drunken stupor. Okay, so you meant Johnny getting drunk and leaving. Okay, I see what you mean. On a side note, I'm well aware that the scene of Robbie in the trailer looking over his shoulder would not be the same jail Johnny would be in, but maybe that is where Daniel took him to turn himself in. Tell me what you think. That's a very interesting idea and a very awesome theory of how that could possibly play out. You know, like I like the way you broke it down and like fully explained how you think it's possible for the whole why Johnny's in jail, why Robbie got arrested situation. And yeah, I could see Johnny getting super drunk, walking around, and getting into a fight with cops. That kind of just feels like that's something that he might actually do. I don't know if he really would, but it just feels like it's something that I wouldn't rule out as being a possibility, you know what I mean? Like, I could honestly possibly see that happening. On to the next one from Jeff Bayless. I still believe Season 3 ends in Okinawa because when John Hurwitz tweeted that Season 3 was finished shooting, he had included a picture of Okinawa. If you zoom in on it, there is a waterfall in the background, leading me to believe that the cliffhanger is whether Daniel lives or dies falling off the waterfall. Just my thoughts. We'll have to wait to see the last 90 seconds, which they have stated will blow our minds. Thus, would blow everyone's mind. Yeah, it would. Cheers to everyone that is having a binge watch party on the 9th, like me and my 4 closest people to me. Everyone, be safe and keep it less than 10 people. That would be a hell of a way to end Season 3. It really would. If Daniel falls off of like a waterfall or something and, we're left to wonder, is he alive or dead now? That would really be interesting. Now, I wonder if they would want to take that kind of a take like they did with Season 2, though, like, because they left us on a cliffhanger wondering if Miguel was dead or not. So I'm wondering if that is going to be the possibility of what they're going to try to do for Season 3 as that last 90 seconds. Is it going to be something like that where we wonder if someone big in the show is going to die, or is it going to be something completely different that we don't expect? I don't know. But there's a lot of different theories that I have on this that I'm going to wait to touch base on for a specific reason. So, expecting a future video of some sort. We're going to talk about that. For sure. On to the next one from Lisa. Johnny and Daniel team up and make a dojo. It would be called Cobra Kai Do. I put a lot of time into thinking about this because it would have Daniel the name of his dojo and Johnny's name of his dojo. Yeah, I mean, Cobra Kai Do could actually be a thing, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fully copying Cobra Kai, but then again, who's really gonna complain? Obviously, Kreese could, I guess, if he really wanted to, and maybe Silver if he does return. But I don't know. It's a good possibility. On to the next comment, which is I do believe your first time commenting, maybe at least for a while. Ozer, I think Robbie might be looking at Daniel. He might look away from Sam because he can't face her. He might turn away from Johnny. It could be the other Miyagi-Do students. If Tori dates Hawk, Miguel would want her back despite of wanting Sam back since she was with Robbie. Even if that did happen, she would still want Robbie. Just to make it up to him. Yeah, I guess it's possible, I mean, it is possible that he's looking at Daniel, and yeah, that's possible that Tori could date Hawk, and I mean, it's not something that we can fully say ain't gonna happen. It's something that's, I don't know if would happen, but I wouldn't rule it out fully, you know what I mean? Now, if she does, that's gonna be a crazy twist, because most of us are not expecting them to date, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about Tori and Hawk dating. I don't know. I guess it could work out. We'll just have to wait and see, right? On to the next one. What happens to the Okinawa deed, and does Daniel own the village or Chosen? I think Chosen does, honestly, Aaron, in that situation. But I don't know. And I imagine that Daniel has the Okinawa deed, though. So it's like, that's a tough decision to really go into, or question to even get into. Now, maybe in Season 3 we'll get an answer to that. But that might not even be something that they touch base on when we see the whole Chosen and Daniel scene, like, maybe we do, maybe we don't. I guess you can't say yes or no, in my opinion. But I don't know. Will there be a street fight in Cobra Kai Season 3? I've heard a lot of rumors that there is indeed going to be a street fight, Aaron. I've heard a lot of things about that being a huge possibility in Season 3, is that we might get a street fight of some sort. Kind of like the school fight, but in the street. So, if so, here's my question to you all. Where do you think it'll take place? Like, where do you think the fight's going to take place? Like, that's really interesting, On to the next one from Lisa. Stay awesome, Daniel-san. Thank you. I always try my best, On to the next one from Aaron. There is a theory going around that Terry Silver is going to go after Daniel auto dealership and his house. I've heard the rumors as well, Aaron, and I don't know what I feel about that. I guess it's possible if he really wanted to come in and take over things, I guess. That would be a way to get to Daniel, you know what I mean? Question is how would he take him from him, or how would he get him to lose his house and dealership, unless he splits Amanda and Daniel up? Maybe, I don't know. That I guess that's a possibility that we can't rule out, but I don't know any other way that he could, though, unless he just has so much money that he could pay someone off to do so. I don't know. It's weird. That's a hard one. On to the next one. What if Kyler and Tori will go after Miguel and Sam, and then Amanda tells Daniel to go after Cobra Kai. I don't know about Amanda telling Daniel to go after Cobra Kai, but I could see Kyler and Tori going after Miguel and Sam as a possible situation. I really could. Obviously Tori after Sam, Kyler after Miguel. I could see that being a possibility, and maybe Amanda would lighten up and allow Daniel to start, I don't know, training again, maybe? I would hope anyways. I don't know, though. That one's a tough one to go over, too. It's like, I guess it could play out that way, but then again, it could also be something completely different of why Kyler's going to be back in the season and back in the show, I just have a feeling he's going to join Cobra Kai. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, there's some hurdles to get over there with Hawk and Kyler and all that situation. But then again, Hawk's changed, so maybe he don't. I don't know. We'll just have to see, I guess, because I don't know. I don't know if Hawk will accept Kyler, though. I really don't. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't know exactly how it's going to play out if so. On to the next one. You should make a video on how Sam and Miguel will get back together. Yeah, I could think of something to do like that, Aaron. That would be an interesting video. I have a lot of, different type of videos that I'm going to be doing. Obviously, they're going to be, the shorter range between the 7 and 15-minute range. So they'll be, quicker videos. Maybe in some even, 5-6 minutes when there's not too much to talk about. But just something I wanted to get off my head, get off my chest kind of situation. So that could be a possibility. I could put that together and make one for you for sure. On to the next one from Aaron. Did John Kreese meet Tori at the Valley Festival and ask her to join Cobra Kai? I've kind of felt like that it was Silver, honestly, behind the scenes that got Tori to join. But, it could be Kreese, too. It really could have been Kreese, we don't know who all Tori's known before joining Cobra Kai. And we don't know who all Kreese knows, So, I guess it's possible, I wouldn't rule it out, Aaron, and I would kind of assume that it's possible to expect something along those lines, whether it be Kreese, Silver, or something, but I feel like Tori's a plant. Now, she's planted in Cobra Kai for a reason, and hopefully we'll find out if that's true. On to the next one from Aaron. What if Terry Silver owns the beach club? That would be kind of interesting, I guess, and if that's the case, do you think the beach club will play a role in Cobra Kai, the show, moving forward? Do you feel like we might have some kind of something happen there at the beach club if he does? Or you think it's just something he might own and we just ain't ever going to hear nothing of it kind of situation? Because I guess that's possible too. But I don't know. That's an interesting one. On to the last comment from Tom Courtney. Maybe Robbie seen one of his former criminal friends in juvie. Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest possibility of what could possibly he be looking at. What he could possibly be looking at is his old buddies. It just, to me, makes sense. Is that just because of the way that he gives the look that he does. But then again, you all made a good point that he looks at his dad like that and his mom sometimes. So it's like, I guess you can't fully state that 100% it is his old buddies, So I guess you don't want to say for sure, but I don't want to say no either. So it's like, I'm kind of in the middle there, So that was going to be my opinion on that. And that's also going to be the end of the questions for this video. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I hope you all had a great time, a great day. I hope you're enjoying yourself, getting excited about Season 3 coming out very soon, finally. And, feel free to fill the comment section up with as much questions, theories, ideas, whatever you want. And we'll make another video tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and give my thanks to Bonsai Kai Dojo, to all of you that are subscribed to me, all of my followers, everyone that's not following me, everyone especially that joins in on the premieres, lives, and, communicates as a community, and gets involved in the channel itself, because, these videos, like I always state, are our videos, therefore you can feel as you're a part of Cobra Kai Studio, because you are. We're all one giant badass community, and you should all feel that way, you should feel very welcome here, and I hope you do. So, we're going to end it there, everyone. As I always say, stay badass, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your night.